I know that you guys have heard this phrase yin and yang, correct? All right. So it really comes from not only martial arts, but the whole concept for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. And it's very difficult to understand what light is if you don't have darkness. All right. So what people do moving forward in anything that they're doing is they want to eliminate either the yin or yang. Example. So in unlimited wisdom, it's free to get involved. And so now other people are starting communities and they go, hey, if it's free, then people come in and they message me and they might not have good intent. Let me explain to you what that is. That's like coming up with the imagination of creating your own flower bed or a garden. And so what you do is you go out there and you till up all the land, you make all the land, and the dirt look perfect. You even maybe buy some dirt, that is good topsoil. You put that all in, you put the sprinkler system in, you put it all in. Now you're looking for the right vegetables or you're looking for the right flowers. Is everyone following me now? And so you plant all those flowers in there and you're imagining, man, this is going to look so awesome. And then what you do is you go out there in a couple of days and nothing's growing. All right. Then you go out in a couple of next days and you look and there is something growing. Weeds. All right. So a weed would be, somebody reaching out to you that got involved in your community for free. They may not have the same mindset as we do. They might have like a taker's mindset or a scarcity mindset. They might be just flat out a scammer, right? And what they're doing is they're jumping in the community and people say, the weeds, the weeds. I was like, well, what about the flower? No, you don't understand. I know that. I know that. I know that this is a weed. Really? How? So I want to share this because I really want to, share this part because there's a lot of people out there that are trying to, in my opinion, is what they're doing is I know that Unlimited Wisdom is going to be an incredible garden, an incredible flower bed with a lot of beautiful flowers in it. And it's going to start out being maybe 100, and then it's going to be 200, and then it's going to be 500, then it's going to be thousands and millions. Is everyone seeing all the incredible flowers that are going to be in our community? Thank you, Bill. I agree. And also your community, because you're going to learn as you're building this. But some people, what is the nicest way to say this? You can't have that flower bed. You can't have that without weeds. I'll say it again. You have to have the weeds. So people get mad at the weeds. And what we do is we, see something growing. And so we reach down and we see it and we go, that weed, and we grab it and we pull it. And it's actually a bulb that we planted. It just happened to be the first one that sprouted up. And we yanked that bulb out. And we're going like, oh, we didn't give him time enough to grow. Because some people, there's a word that's called ignorance, right? And ignorance means it's not a dirty word. It's not a bad word. Ignorance means that they don't know that they don't know. And sometimes I believe that weeds can become flowers if they hang around a bunch of flowers. If they have people that have love in their heart and tolerance, that when someone reaches out and says, hi, right? Or how are you? I personally don't know if they're a weed yet. Are you guys following me? So I'm going to say, hey, welcome to the community. And I'm going to share something with them. I'm going to, hey, this is my favorite video of Ask Us Anything. Hey, this is a great video of our breakthroughs. I'm going to show them things where they can learn to grow with us. Does that mean, does that mean that everyone, we're going to be able to switch everyone from a weed to a flower? No, it does not mean that. But there's no way that I'm going to allow someone to stop me from giving, from someone that's going to stop me from throwing fertilizer in the flower bed in the garden. It's not going to stop me from going out there and growing. You see what I mean? And I think that some of you don't realize maybe that you're quite sensitive to someone just reaching out to you and saying, hi, or how are you? Why would you be sensitive of that? Because there's a lot of bad people out there. There's a lot of weeds out there. For those of you that know anything about having a green thumb, as the garden's growing and the flower bed's growing, sometimes you look at it and go, there's definitely more weeds in here than flowers. Does that make sense to you all? And so the people that are not acting right, they're not doing the right things, I promise you, they're not going to be allowed in this group. They're just not going to be. So what I wanted to do is really quickly share with you guys, what I'm talking about, right? So again, you can see right here that we got, ask us anything. And then I'm going to go over here to my chat and I'm going to click on chat. And this Craig guy, don't look at this stuff, right? Don't look at this stuff. But this Craig guy just puts in here, hi, how are you doing? Here's a question I want you guys all to ask yourself. Is this enough to block somebody? Is this enough to ban them from the group? Here's what I'm going to do to each and every one of you. Um, Here's where you got to sort of listen to your intuition a little bit. So step one, maybe what I do is I just click on Craig and I go to his profile. And then I see his engagements. Because a lot of people that are not doing it right, they usually don't have any activities whatsoever. And they're not connected in any other groups at all. So that's probably like a really new, very, very new one that they made up with whatever email and whatever, and then they're coming in. But me personally, what I would do in this scenario is I would just say, hi, I'm doing great. I hope you are too. And then I'd say, hey, have you seen this? And I would give them a gift. A gift would be any link that we have inside. Now, the response to a gift is going to be whether or not they should be banned or not. Are you guys following me? So everyone that reaches out to me, I will just share with them whatever gift that we have in Unlimited Wisdom, which I tell people, you go to the community here or the classroom here, and there's some doozies in here. And so, pick out your favorite one, or just listen to yourself, and then and go awestruck. And then with awestruck, then I would just click up here and I would click on this link. Then of course I would go back over to chat. And put, hi, I am blessed and highly favored, and deeply loved. How are how are you? Check check this video out in our classroom. All right. So that's when I'm going to find out by just interacting. I wanted to do a live video on this that Craig can cut and we'll put in the under Q&A. What do I do when someone reaches out to me and says hi? Now, here's another thing. Um, you can pull weeds and sort with an incredible attitude of love, imagining what the flower would look like. Or you could see a weed and throw a temper tantrum, totally get out of your vibration and your frequency. Call everybody, reach out to everybody else in Unlimited Wisdom, telling them that you discovered a hacker. And call up Craig, leave him a nice voicemail, and leave him a nice voicemail telling him that you discovered another hacker that's going to destroy the planet. Um, when someone reaches out to you, can you please do me a huge favor and learn how to not get taken out of your vibration? Can you do that for me? See if you can train your mind when someone says hi or how are you, that you don't immediately go, this effing SOB. See if you can learn not to allow it, like driving your car and someone cuts you off. You know what I mean? Or someone tries to get in front of you. Try to learn not to allow those things to bother your day. Because every one of you know that it doesn't take much time to also block them. You know what I mean? So, some of you have already seen that, but it's like, I go back here and with Craig's message, I can click on these three dots and I can actually block him and report him. What a concept. So I'm almost positive if you reported him, that probably a message goes to me and Craig. I don't know. But I just wanted to cover that. So there we go, Craig. I know that you'll find some great stuff to pull out of there because when people send you messages, I know they'll send you messages, but me before me. But it's like, hey, can you get this person out of the group? They're a bad person, and I go for saying, "Hi, how are you?" That what my first thought was when I thought of doing this video is me walking down the street. Now, I know some of you are more triggered, so don't get mad at me. I feel for you. But it'd be like me walking down the street and someone smiling at me and going, hey, how are you? And then I turn to you and I go, that is a scammer. There's no doubt in my mind that right there is a scammer. And wouldn't you just look at me and go, based on what? Well, the way they dressed, the way they looked, the way they said hi, the way they smiled. You sound to me like someone that smiled at you and said, hi, how you doing, hurt you. Yeah, I am. That doesn't mean that everyone that says, hi, how you doing are going to hurt you. Well, most of them do. Yeah, but someone shy like me might not hurt you and be a good friend forever.